Not long ago, Topaz just released their release plan for the second half of the year on their forum, which included their two new models Hyperion and Rhea V2. This video will compare Topaz's Hyperion model and UniFab's HDR upconverter AI. This time, I selected a video with SDR and native HDR, and compare the output video of the two software with the native HDR video. I will show you how to operate and the final effect. Please like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and give us a high rating. Okay, let's enter the software operation. You can see that UniFab's software is very simple. On the left side of the software are their various functions. We select HDR Upscaler. First, import the video. Here, we can see the parameters of the imported video. The imported video format is SDR mode. We can modify the export mode and select HDR or MP4 format. Next, click Settings to change the output quality by adjusting the bitrate. Also, here you can select Output Visual Mode. Here we select Fast. Next, select Color Space. There are two modes to choose from. Here, select HDR DCI P3. Okay, finally click Start. You can see that UniFab's workbench has clearly listed each step. Here we can see the speed of UniFab output and the estimated time. You can see that the speed of UniFab can reach 20 frames per second at the beginning, and then gradually stabilizes at around 9 frames per second. The final export time is about 20 minutes. Next, enter the Topaz Operation interface. Import the video first, and you can see the introduction of each function on the right side of the software. We enable the SDR to HDR feature. Here he will give some brief introduction. You can adjust the video parameters, namely exposure and noise. We will not adjust them here. Maybe it is a beta version. You can see that Topaz will prompt you that external software is needed to preview the original video. Okay, finally we click Start. Topaz is loading the model. This will take some time. Okay, now you can see the export speed of Topaz. You can see that the export speed of Topaz is very slow, only 0.3 frames per second, and it takes 15 hours. Next, let's compare their output effects. Because HDR videos require an HDR monitor to see the effect, I will compare their effects by taking screenshots of the videos on the HDR monitor. First, let's look at the comparison of the first picture. From the 4 pictures, it can be clearly seen that UniFab's restoration effect is the closest to the native HDR10. The restoration effect of Topaz is a bit stiff. It just increases the brightness and red saturation of the picture, causing red color overflow, and the restoration is very unrealistic. The overall restoration of UniFab is quite good, but the brightness is still a bit dim compared with HDR10. Okay, let's look at the comparison of the next scene. First, let's take a look at their differences through a set of comparisons. We can see obvious differences between the two output software. Let's compare the 4 pictures intuitively. We can see that UniFab's restoration effect is closest to native HDR, while Topaz's restoration effect is still somewhat different from HDR. In scenes with more green, UniFab's restoration effect is closer to native HDR than Topaz 10. Next, let's look at the performance in the blue-heavy scene, still by comparing them to see their overall differences. We can see that the effect after Topaz modification and the initial effect of SDR are very different, and the difference after UniFab modification is very different. Let's look at the comparison of the 4 pictures. We can see that the restoration effect of UniFab is completely different from that of Topaz. In terms of color, UniFab's color is closer to the real HDR effect, while Topaz's effect is more like increasing the brightness and saturation. Overall, UniFab's repair results look better. Finally, let's take a look at the processing effects of the two software on Orange. You can see that UniFab's restoration effect is still the best. The color overflow in Topaz on Orange is very serious, the saturation is extremely high, and the effect is not very good. UniFab is pretty good in terms of overall restoration, but the color is a bit biased towards magenta, while the native HDR color is more cyan, but the overall effect is already very good. In addition, on the software media info, the HDR video information can be found for the video converted by UniFab, but the HDR video information cannot be found for the video converted by Topaz. Similarly, both software can display HDR-related information on professional HDR TVs. Okay, at the end of the video, let's summarize the two softwares. First of all, in terms of processing speed, UniFab is much faster than Topaz. For a 10-minute video, UniFab's final conversion time is 20 to 30 minutes, while Topaz's conversion time is 14 to 15 hours. Then there is the processing effect. The effect of UniFab is generally closer to the color of native HDR, and the light and shadow are layered. The colors after Topaz processing are a bit overflowing. The colors are oversaturated, and the picture is simply brightened. The overall effect is not very good. Of course, this product of Topaz is still a testing version. We look forward to its official release in the second half of the year. If you like UniFab's HDR function, you can also check the relevant information on the official website. The current price of HDR Upconverter AI is $109.99 per year, and the price of lifetime is $119.99. If you like our video, please give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get more AI tools and more useful videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.